Hey everyone, and welcome to Reading Reddit Posts, where we're going to hear from convicts talk about the biggest changes in the world they noticed when they got out of jail. Let's check out the post, shall we? This post is marked serious. People who did a long time, 5 years or plus, in prison. What was your biggest shock of the outside world? I did 6 years. My biggest shock was finding out you can't do much of anything without a smartphone. Companies don't even do paper applications anymore. They don't have TV in there that lets you keep culturally abreast to some extent? Oh, of course, we get basic cable, and I was aware of the new technology, but I had no idea everyone was so dependent on it. Just money in general. You have no idea how to handle money. That takes a little time to get used to. Yeah, you can't buy stuff with honey buns anymore. Although that would be nice. I interned at a private criminal defense firm. The most notable shock of any of our release clients had to be the one man who was in prison for 16 years. Odd amount because he was paroled as part of a plea deal. He had a daughter who was just a child at the time he was incarcerated, and when he got out, she had just had a baby, his first grandchild. She didn't tell him about the pregnancy beforehand. She wanted to be a surprise upon his release. I wasn't there when our old client met his newest family member, or his now adult daughter. But when he came in a few months later, he still couldn't talk about the new baby without crying happy tears. He had a picture in his wallet of his daughter when she was just a little girl he brought with him to prison, and showed us the new picture of his grandchild he keeps with it now. 5 years for aggravated assault and robbery. I was 3 months past my 18th birthday when I was sentenced. I live in a small railroad town in south central PA. I guess one of the biggest shocks for me was how much the town had changed. The scrubland where we rode our bikes and dirt bikes is now a strip mall. My friend's driveway is now the main road through that part of town. Someone fixed up the old dive bar and turned into a fairly popular restaurant and bar. Hell, whole developments popped up all over the place. And while I wouldn't exactly call the changes gentrification, the town certainly has improved as far as standards of living, without ridiculously increasing the cost of living itself. Just got out. Weirdest thing was seeing all these damn scooters laying everywhere. That's weird to all of us. My father was incarcerated from 2003 to 2016, and the biggest shock for him was technology and how much McDonald's has raised their prices. Man, I'm kind of at the fuck McDonald's point. I've lived on that shit for most of my life, and I'll always have a soft spot for a 1 a.m. McDouble. But it's pricey enough at that point that much better tasting options are available for the same cost. I occasionally work with people who've just gotten out of jail or prison, and if it's a longer stay, a weird thing I've noticed is how often they are normed of things like Spotify. Like once a guy had just gotten out after 10 years, and the first thing he wanted to do was get Spotify set up. He tried to connect through Facebook but couldn't remember his password. In all though, people getting out of jail are doing so much work to catch up. It's really distressing how little societal support there is if you don't have a family to take you in. I work in a jail, but when talking to a lifer who was about to get out on parole, I tried to explain smartphones, which blew his mind. Then I described Pokemon Go, and he thought I was just messing with him. He got angry that I would just make shit up. I wonder if he's running around playing Pokemon Go now. Imagine explaining that summer where everyone was playing Pokemon Go and getting in trouble for it. Man, Pokemon Go. Much more simpler times. Well, we reached the end of this episode of Reading Reddit Posts. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and feel free to check out the podcast version on Spotify and many other platforms. Links will be in the description below. I'll catch you guys next time on Reading Reddit Posts. Bye!